All right. So, when we did the Donald Trump interview, right? When we did that episode,
I can't believe we still did that.
it was awesome.
It was funny.
I can't believe I can't believe I even found something like that.
I can't believe people got upset.
Well, whatever.
Can't take a joke.
So, and I didn't say anything to you guys, but the Monday of that week, that Monday, I had to do jury duty on my day off. Okay, and I feel, first of all, I think it's a setup because this was my second time going. Like, I'm 29 years old. I already went twice.
Within how many years? Were they recent?
Well, yeah, like within maybe 7 years of each other.
I don't really know how.
When did
often.
you get registered to vote when you're 18?
Yeah.
So over the course of that many, like 2 times.
There's people who have
I've
never
heard people,
been.
yeah, people
that
that
never
don't get,
been.
or they got called once.
that's
or
It's
true.
not random. It's not random. But I figured too.
You fit the profile.
Oh yeah.
We got this fucking Italian guy that's on. Never mind.
But I figured because it's 2 different experiences that I had. So, and I just want to bring it up and share, because I don't even think I even shared the first experience ever to you guys.
No, and I have no experience with it at all because I am not a U.S. citizen. I'm a legal resident alien before you start, building a wall around my apartment.
I think we need, yeah. He
You
does
still
live
could.
in a gated
Actually,
community.
I would prefer that. I don't
Be peace
want
and quiet.
anyone else, coming in.
Right.
We're good.
He can't vote because he's Canadian.
Right.
I refuse to vote.
I wouldn't vote either way. I wouldn't
Yeah.
vote if I was in Canada. There'll be an episode on that. Let's not start with that.
Yes. So, okay.
But what the first experience?
So,
okay.
okay.
First time going into jury duty.
Judge has
Wow.
the big old gavel. What's
No.
going on?
No.
No gavel
So
action.
Is it a
So,
vetting process?
Well, kind of. So, okay, first time I went, I think I was like 20 years old.
Okay.
It was the first time I went. And at that time, I kind of took it like a little bit serious. Like, I never been, or I didn't know how it worked.
Right, the atmosphere is like
So
stressful, yeah.
they send you like a letter in the mail, and it gives you your parking permit,
free park.
a little like your juror card, and and then like a summons paper that.
That's a horrible word, juror.
Yeah.
Juror.
It's like rural.
So
Rural juror.
So and it tells you that you should dress like business casual, no shorts, whatever.
So you went like that.
No.
Rural juror. Great name for a band.
So what I did the first time was I actually wore a shirt and tie, and some work pants, but they were black.
What
whatever.
I lovingly refer to as court clothes.
Right, and some black and white sneakers. Like I fit the bill.
Got the
Black and
Nikes
white.
on, bro?
I had the Nikes on, dude.
Oh,
I gotta stay a
my
little
goodness.
fresh. So you go early in the morning. You have to be there by 8 a.m. And this was on 49th Street.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you go in, and this was before COVID, way before COVID.
I was gonna say you were 20.
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So just like letting people know, just in case. So you go in, and it's just like a big fucking lobby, like a big conference room full of like fucking chairs. They have it all in rows, whatever. The humanity in there. Let me tell you something. Like, I used to like going to Walmart when it was open 24/7, and you go at 2 a.m. or whatever. There are people, no lie, that show up in pajamas and shorts and flip flops.
They don't
Those
wanna get
Cookie
picked.
Monster pajama
Yes,
pants.
yes,
You've
yes.
seen them, you know.
They bring in a fucking suitcase full of like shit to keep them occupied or whatever, because you're gonna be in there for a while.
The people out front are even nuttier.
And you get paid like shit too, right?
I'm gonna go into that. So the first time I went, they
You guys are getting paid?
yeah, you get paid. You get paid $15.
We get
So calm down.
take out on the work. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Yeah.
You get paid $15. So you gotta stand in a line and collect your shit. $15. They give it to you in cash. Okay, so you get it right then and there. So and then the first time I went, they made you watch a little video, like a little 2-3 minute video, and it has like B-list celebrities in there that tell you how great it is to be a juror and how it's such a great honor.
Do you remember anyone?
I do remember the one guy that plays the Hulk currently in the Avengers.
Mark Ruffalo?
Yes, he was in it.
Now he's an A-lister.
Well, now,
Yeah.
but back then he's a B-list.
Back then, they'd be like, who?
There is
Yeah.
a
Mark Buffalo?
That's kind of cool though.
Did you ever see Swordfish with John Travolta?
I know of it.
You
I
know,
didn't. I never
well,
saw it.
The black guy who plays the officer, the FBI agent in there. Well, I don't know his name, but he's very noticeable. he was in it too, and there was like a couple others.
Bruce Campbell.
I don't know.
I'm
But,
about to say he would do that.
It's groovy to be in court.
I
Henry
don't know,
Rollins
but-
would show up.
So you watch that.
No, he would not.
So you watch that, whatever, and then they just tell you like, hey, randomly they're gonna call you by jury number to go upstairs if you've been kind of like pre-selected.
It's like
Been
baggage check at the
drafted, right?
airport.
Yeah, kind
Random.
of.
It's real
And
random.
you have a conference room and restrooms. You can use or not like a break room where they have vending machines and all that shit. And so the first time I was there,
Spend your $15.
right, and I'm just sitting there, like playing on my phone, whatever. They have good cell service, so you can be on your phone.
It's always
Your
a
tax
plus.
dollars
It
at
is.
work.
Yes, they keep it nice, ice cold. I will tell you that.
They
Your
should.
tax dollars at work.
60, like they keep it at 70. I saw the thermometer. I was like, nice.
1 degree lower would have been nice.
Nice. But so yeah, and I just sat there, never got called on, and
For how long were you like sitting for?
So
Guesstimate. I know.
well, hold on. So I was there from 8 to 1, and then at 1 o'clock, and in both scenarios, they give you like a lunch break, and you can go to
I've
lunch.
already been there for 5 fucking hours.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. But you can step out, go to lunch, because you can't just walk out.
So you're just chilling, trying to pass time for 5 hours?
Yeah.
They give you
Legally, you're
15
detained.
bucks, right?
Right. Yeah, pretty much. And then you come back, and then you just sitting there chilling, and then and then I was there till 3 o'clock pretty much. The first time I went
God
there.
damn.
I was there till 3 o'clock, and then they go, okay, well, then they tell you, I forgot this part. In the beginning, they tell you how many trials are going on currently.
Mhm.
And, they'd be like, oh, we have 2 or 4 or whatever. So, because they're going to pick from that pool.
I was gonna say you could be selected for any so the 3 of us are there. There's 3 trials going on. There's a chance that all of us could be picked for each individual trial. Like
Right.
we won't see each
You
other.
could get OJ or you could get
Got it.
shoplifting.
Got it.
Right.
That's basically the options.
Right. So yeah, I never got picked, whatever, and it was like a big wasted day, and I'm like, all right, well, at least I didn't get picked, whatever.
$15 is $15.
Yeah,
For a nice 7-hour workday.
exactly.
Just sit on your phone.
It's ass. But, so, okay, that was whatever. So then the second time rolls around.
And this
Okay.
was
This
last
was on
week.
Monday.
This was
Last
on
week?
Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. This is what I did on my day off.
Oh my god.
Okay. So I go in there. This was all the way down in downtown St. Pete.
Mm.
So I never been in that area. I mean, I have.
I had to
but
go to
rare.
traffic court in St. Pete once, but I
don't know if that's the
think
same
that's the
court.
same. I don't know if it's the same building. I do know. I saw there was a guy that I
Is
used
there
to work with.
Was there a
that's-
lake across the street? Okay.
That was years ago, but I saw a couple that I worked with, and he had just quit and joined the Marines, and they just got married with the Justice of the Peace, and they were walking out. They had just gotten married, and I'm going in for a traffic
Hell yeah.
bullshit.
You're like, hey, nice to meet you.
Actually, I just looked at them and I didn't acknowledge them at all.
So
I knew what they were there for. I wasn't gonna ruin their day with my shitty presence.
right now, so when I had to go to
Right.
downtown St. Pete, you actually have to put your like parking permit showable because they all have the little meters.
Oh, so that way you don't get
You don't
dinged
get
for
right.
So while you're sitting in there, if you forget to do it right, you're gonna get fucking like $200 worth of parking tickets.
Yeah, they'll ding you, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll ding you. So
How about that
and-
15?
So when I go in, they even tell you like if God forbid if you do get a ticket and you had your thing up that you have to bring that into the court. And
Oh
they'll-
my
and
God. Gotta
They'll
go through.
dismiss it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you had to go through like a whole system. Like,
No.
Usually it is because it's
Because sometimes
it's always a
they'll still
nightmare.
ding you, but
Swivel servants, as our Father lovingly refers to them as.
So-
I gotta stop using that phrase lovingly.
so I go in and there's a big line because you have to empty out your fucking pockets and everything. To go through the.
Take your shoes off.
No, I
No?
didn't have to take my
take your
shoes
dick
off.
out.
But this time, hold on, because
Only
this
for Harambe.
This time I did a little differently. I didn't dress up at all whatsoever.
Did you
I
wear
literally
this?
I wore a plain t-shirt, black work pants, like my work pants, the
Right,
black Dickies,
yeah.
and then I wore my mechanic work boots. I literally look like I just fucking rolled,
On a
rolled out.
bike or some
Yeah,
shit, dude, right?
yeah,
It's like
exactly.
rolling in on a Harley.
Exactly. I am
Sons of
not.
Anarchy.
I didn't do my hair. I don't give a fuck. I'm like,
Wheels
I
of
don't want to
Anarchy.
get. I'm like, I don't want to get fucking picked whatsoever.
Oh, so you wanted to look a little like...
Yeah, I
okay.
don't want to be picked whatsoever. I went for the opposite look. I don't know why, but I'm just like, whatever. So I go there. They literally, it's a lot smaller than the 49th Street one. And they packed you the fuck in. Like, they didn't give a fuck about COVID.
COVID's over, dude.
They still have plexiglasses around their fucking little tables.
Well, they don't want to
Well,
get
they
sick.
spent the money. You might as well keep them forever.
Yeah, they still have that. But
They'll
they
let
didn't
the
give-
people get sick,
They
but
didn't
not
give a
themselves.
fuck, dude. They packed us in, whatever. All right.
Sardines.
So then they explain the rules. They go, yeah, we were supposed to have 6, but we're down to 2. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay.
So you got less of a chance to get
Right,
picked.
exactly. And they tell you it's $15 a day, and then if it lasts longer than 3 days, then you get up. Here, listen to this. You get $30.
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you something. Big money.
Right,
big
I could
money.
not imagine being selected and then being forced to sequester.
For like a 3-week like murder trial,
Well, whatever
like,
it
you can't
is,
pay
I
your
mean-
bills after that. Like,
I mean, you're not allowed to use social media. You're not allowed to go look at the TV, the
this
radio.
no,
I mean,
this wasn't a Casey Anthony type
No,
thing.
I
a
get
lot
it,
of
but
things, a
stuff
lot of
like
these
that
were
can happen.
were like civil
civils,
suits.
yeah. That guy's tree is encroaching on my fucking. Yeah.
Right. So
So annoying.
so yeah, they really just packed us in there, whatever, and then you know you still go up to get your $15. While I was waiting in line, they started picking like randomly, jury members, and I was picked. The first group to go. I'm like, fuck.
Oh
I'm
no!
like, fuck.
You should
I
have
want
pulled a
you.
Jason Mewes and been like, $15, little
I'm like-
man.
I'm like, damn it! So I had to actually go up to the second floor. So we go there. They pick 30 of you. For each certain case, they pick 30 at a time. And then that's your selection pool.
Okay.
Then out of that 30, they pick 7 of you.
Okay.
Okay.
So you actually go into the courtroom. You actually go in there, and you see the prosecutors and defense attorneys all there. You'll see the judge is all the way in the back. You see the person who's like recording everything on the little
Stenographer.
whatever the fuck you call it, and then a couple other like random
I
jobbers.
wish I had a stenographer
Just
in like a
drawing in the
backpack,
corner.
like all the time.
Yeah.
Just so like, you know, people would be like, I never said that, but like, you know, unzip the bag and it
Actually-
just pops out and be like,
You and then they had
Scroll.
the bailiff there. You know, as he's like taking us upstairs, like he thinks he's a fucking comedian. You know, trying to crack jokes and like all this other shit. I'm like,
sounds
all
like
right.
3
How's that
dumbasses
weather?
we know.
I'm like, all right, buddy, like, calm down. This isn't the fucking Chuckle Hut. Like, relax, dude. Just
Never
fucking
is.
tell us where the fuck to go, and that's it. And so yeah, so you sit down and on the benches, and you know the judge goes through the whole spiel of how great it is to be.
Oh, you don't get B movie celebrities?
No.
anymore?
When I
You
was
get
in
a physical person now?
yeah, well, when I was in the lobby, they did not play the movie whatsoever, at all.
They
So
lost
I'm-
the budget for that.
Yeah, maybe the actor sued them or something. I don't know.
Ruffalo, yeah.
Wanted a bigger paycheck.
So the judge
Tiny
breaks.
tacos.
So the judge breaks it down and he tells you, you know, he tells you like the basis, the general of what the case is about.
Okay.
And it was a prosecutor going over against an insurance company,
Oh, okay.
a car insurance company.
Yeah.
I can
They
dig
have their own
that.
team of lawyers.
Right.
Yeah, always.
So and they go that, and then he clearly states, he goes, the trial is set to last till Thursday, and it was on a Monday.
Oh.
I'm like you. I'm like,
You're getting that $30, dog.
no, the fuck, I'm not. I'm like, you think I'm losing?
On that
fucking,
third day,
I am now.
it
Losing,
rose
Alright.
from 15 to 30.
Fuck that. You think I'm losing?
That's $75, dog, for a
I'm
week.
losing a couple hundred
But-
not working. Well,
You get $75.
I
though.
don't give a fuck.
And
dude.
vending machines, ice cold AC. Oh,
Fuck that. So
Crackheads?
yeah.
It is
So
kind of like going to work.
but people were actually dressed fairly nice. Like there were no bums.
So you were the bum.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I was the bum in the
Because you were
group.
trying to, yeah.
Yeah. You
Check it
know,
out a
whatever.
little
I was
bit.
still pulling it off, whatever. So
3 days.
yeah, so they they one by one they made you stand up, say your name and like how long you've been living in Florida, and like, you know, what do you do, that sort of thing.
You're not like, you know, being put under oath or anything like that.
No, they do swear you under oath.
When?
so-
Like when you walk in before?
No, before they even ask you
How long are you living in Florida? Or
Before they
anything
even
like that?
ask you any questions, right? And after the judge gives you his, like, you know, his how great it is to be a juror and how proud he is of everybody. And then after he gives you the basis of what's going on in the court, then he tells you that, you know, we have to swear under oath that any questions that the attorneys ask us, because we have to be truthful. And
So the whole pool of 30.
yeah, we have to be truthful.
Right.
So
What did you swear on a Bible?
No.
Okay.
Just raise your
That
hand.
needs
and
to
you're like,
go. Okay.
That
That
Well,
needs to fuck. Okay.
Here's the thing. How many people have we seen in the government? How many doctors? How many people in general do we know that have purposely lied under those hearings, the judicial hearings that we have? How many people have lied
did
under
not
oath?
have sexual relations with that
Exactly. So many people have lied under oath. It's just a fear tactic to make you go, oh my God, I shouldn't lie.
Even the band under oath sucks.
So it's just a bunch.
I'm
To
gonna
me,
catch some shade for that
to
one.
me, it's a bunch of
I
bullshit.
don't
But
care
whatever.
if they do.
So you got to stand up one by one, and you got to like tell a little bit about yourself, whatever.
Right.
And there were a couple of girls there that actually were entertainers.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So I had two strippers.
Were
in the
they
pool.
looking dressed up better than you?
No.
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 Because you
One-
said everybody was dressed well, and you were the bum. So.
you know, I mean, one was dressed in jeans and a crop top, and she wore a jacket. I mean, I'm, you know, whatever. But
Pantsuit.
yeah.
Just kidding.
But and then there was only one guy wearing a mask in the whole group, and he was wearing the right Kate and the N95.
He was wearing the proper
right.
mask.
That-
At least
that
he's
his
wearing the right
fucking-
one.
His fucking cheeks were like
That's gotta suck, yeah,
like,
man. It
squeezing
looks
out
painful.
of he was whatever.
But good on you for doing your homework.
But he loved to talk about himself, though. When they asked him a little bit about himself, oh my God, he talked about how his sons are lawyers and like.
So he was excited to be there.
I have an immunodeficiency disorder. That's why I wear this
no,
mask.
I don't think he was excited to be there. He was just excited to talk about him.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
I want to talk about me. Sorry.
There was one lady in particular that I'll get into it a little later. But so okay, I'm all over the place, but I know. So after you sit down, the prosecutor starts. The prosecuting attorney starts. It was a lady, and she starts kind of asking general questions, and then out of those general questions, she picks you out one by one. If you raise your hand to get in-depth story.
Mm.
So, for instance, she'll go, she'll ask, like, you know, how many people have been in car accidents before? And then you raise your hand, so she kind of gets an idea. Okay, cool. How many?
Especially for an insurance
Right.
defense.
And then so she starts off softball, and then she goes into okay, how many people had a trial or a civil suit or anything like that against an insurance company, and then a couple else raise their hands. Well, you know, I was one of them. So then in that depth, she goes in a certain order. They already have on a piece of paper. They have your juror number, what your name is, already on a piece of paper. So she already knows who to call in. You have to sit in a specific way.
To know that you're juror 1 or 2 or 3.
Right.
You don't have like giant signs on you.
No, you don't.
Oh, I thought you meant like well, you cross one leg over the other. You can man spread.
Yeah. So.
You crisscross applesauce.
And luckily for me, I was able to. I actually had like a legit incident with an insurance company previously, so I was actually able to actually be like, I don't like this insurance company. I will be biased against them.
It was the same company.
It was the same insurance.
Yeah,
So
fuck
I
them.
so
Fuck
I
them.
so I
Right.
legit was like, yeah, and she was trying
like
to be
that.
like, well, do you think after all the facts or whatever you can be
No.
fair? And
No.
I'm like, no.
Fuck those guys.
I'm like, no, fuck them. I'm like, and I told her in a nicer way. You
Right.
can't curse. I mean, you
Well,
can,
yeah.
but you know, I was just like, I'm like,
Freedom
look,
of speech.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck what the scenario is. I'm rewarding her with the most money she can because I already fucked these guys. And
She probably thought you were trying to get out of it.
You're
though.
out.
no, well. So the judge goes. He asked me, and he also there was another lady who did not want to be there whatsoever. Everything was I can't miss work, and you know this and that. Everything was like any question that an attorney asked her, she always had to raise her hand, and she had a rebuttal of why she can't do anything. It can't be here. So the judge asked if I was able to pull up that hearing that I had
To prove it.
and I'm like, well, yeah, I could pull it up. He never asked me, by the way. He never asked me to follow up on that. He just said, if I asked you, would you be able to prove
would you be
it?
able to?
I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have to. It should be in your system, but okay, yeah, I can pull it up. Whatever. So again, it's like a cop asking you for your driver's license. They shouldn't have to because they already scanned your shit while they were following you for 10 minutes. Do we really need your license?
Texting and driving, technically.
Yeah.
Laptopping and driving.
Right. So, and then a lot of people.
I did it at a red light.
So a lot of people did end up, because they asked the same questions, and some people at first, when they try to make it sound like that they wouldn't be biased, they took that under oath thing seriously. They're like, well, I guess I could, if I heard all the facts and everything, I guess I could be,
Dumbass.
And yeah, and I'm just like.
So did you get picked?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't? Okay.
Yeah. So we were there till 1 o'clock, and answering
break,
right.
afterwards.
Well, so I observed everything and I'm seeing as the prosecuting attorney is finishing up her questions, I'm looking at the defense, right? And the one guy that's representing the insurance company, right? He looks like he's about to go to sleep. He's constantly on his laptop. He's looking at his watch. He doesn't want to be there.
Right. He's
ready
to go.
He's yawning. He is just. I'm like, and I felt like saying, that's the reason why I think this is. He's not even taking this seriously
Right, he doesn't
at
care.
all whatsoever. I'm like, and
Like I said on that one episode, man, somewhere out there, it's the worst surgeon in the world, but they passed. So this guy passed the bar. Doesn't make him a great lawyer.
No. This guy was just representing the insurance company.
I understand
He
that, but
wasn't
he's
like
still.
I don't know if he was like a lawyer. He was there for the insurance side.
They have a team of lawyers.
Well, yeah, he's just saying that was the representative.
He was the representative for the car insurance.
Like
then they
plaintiff
had
versus
they contracted a law firm.
Okay.
So you had two lawyers for the defense, and then the third guy was from the insurance.
He was
and
just like an employee. He was like, all right.
He looked like.
Well, then no wonder he doesn't want to be there.
Exactly.
Well, what were you getting at then? I'd be like him too.
Exactly.
That makes okay.
And then I said on my because then there was another question she asked which I forgot, and I said my final statement. I'm just like, look, these insurance companies have millions and millions of dollars.
Millions and
They'll
millions.
settle out of court.
Well, no, they didn't. This was going into trial. But I'm like, you can't
bullshitting,
fucking pay and you're gonna go through all this bullshit. They just fucking pay. So then the defense went and asked questions. They didn't ask me one fucking question, which was great.
I thought you didn't get picked.
I didn't. I'm fucking just let me.
So why are they asking you?
Because before they pick the defense,
both sides get to
both
ask.
picks have
kind of like everybody.
Oh,
because while they send you the lunch, they together pick who they want as jurors.
Okay.
Together they do. The defense and the
everybody has to be in agreement.
Right. But I will tell you this, which I do know. I've heard lawyers before. They all are buddies and friends.
Yeah, they all know each other.
So they're just in there to collect pay. It doesn't feel like a legit cause. Like it doesn't matter like who wins or loses because they're all getting paid regardless. So the defense asked the two questions that the defense asked that were kind of weird was one asked if anybody that had the car insurance, would you feel upset or worry if your rates went up due to this case? And everyone who said they had that car insurance said no, they would not feel worried or nervous that their rates would go up.
Why would my rates go up because I was a juror in a case against? Are they allowed to do that?
No. They're saying that their overall, if their rates, not the jurors, but if
buy different insurance.
If their rates went up because they had to pay this lady X amount of dollars.
I'm getting new insurance.
That's an annoying.
I mean, listen,
that's stupid that they would be like, I'm not upset. I'd be like, no, I'll probably shop around and see if it low. Yeah.
My rates just went up just due to because they can and because of inflation. There was a legit reason.
Yeah.
So okay, they send us to lunch at 1. And then as we're off to lunch, they're picking who they want. So they send us to lunch. We come back, and then they go, okay, we made our selections. I'm like, oh shit, my heart's pounding, dude, because I'm like, I don't want to get picked. They already.
Oh, that wasn't from lunch.
No.
Okay.
No. Oh, I didn't move from. I sat in my car because I'm like, I'm not losing this parking spot because it's right in the courthouse parking lot. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not losing this spot. I'm staying right here. So my heart's fucking pounding because I'm like, dude, I do not want to get picked. I'm fucking crossing everything I have.
Bitch is going around the room going,
balls,
duck, duck, duck.
Right. So they start.
That should be the way it gets picked.
Then they phone the people downstairs saying that we don't need anybody. Everyone picked. They already picked like who they wanted for jurors, so they can go home. And then he tells you, all right, after they pick the jurors, then everyone else can go home. So they're going to pick the 7, and the one lady gets picked. That's like across from me. She was bitching prior that she didn't want to get picked or whatever. But yeah, she was the one that was answering truthfully under oath. And they picked her. She goes, fuck!
Of course. Well,
Get
some
cursed in
people
court.
do want to get picked for that. I remember when my the previous ex, when I was with Corinne, she always wanted to get a letter and get picked. Like, she was excited for it, and I was like, are you fucking meant? Like, what are you talking about? She showed me this episode of New Girl with Zoe Deschanel. And she had the same, like, I'm so excited for the case and, like, wanted to be, like, really involved in it and everything like that. But there are people out there, and I feel like they should make a list of people like that.
who want to.
Of course, that's never going to happen.
It should be voluntary.
Because, well, it should be
Should be voluntary.
But it depends on the case and the lawyers and the types of different people.
So it would be impartial.
Whether you want to be there or not, you can go fuck yourself.
I think retired people should be picked.
Yes.
I think,
you got no better
maybe
to do.
People on, like, disabilities,
maybe?
Not physically. Well, it depends. Like, if they can't work,
right?
maybe you should be a juror. But then, so I was thinking of that, but I'm like, would there be some sort of bias? Like, because if they're picked so often that maybe they just get into it's hard. But anyway, I did not get picked, which I'm telling you, my heart was just pounding because I was just like, I do not want to get fucking picked. And so yeah, and then as soon as they picked the 7 jurors, they picked 7. I just fucking dipped out and left. I was like, I didn't even collect my $15. I'm like, y'all can fucking keep that shit. I don't want to be here longer than I need to be.
Gone.
Well,
so yeah, that's the process. So, yeah,
but I mean, considering I've never done it, and considering this whole vetting process that you were laying out here, there are other things because I had to look something up because I don't know shit about this especially.
Right.
Don't know shit about fuck.
But the concept of the jury of your peers.
Right.
So then you got to be like, okay, well, what's a peer? Like, I'm not like peering over the mountaintop. No, a peer is defined as a person of the same age, status, or ability as another specified person. So who knows? There could have been other reasons other than situational of like maybe the defendant was female. You know? And think about the lady that didn't want to get picked. Sure, she also answered truthfully, but does she also fit the same kind of bill as this person? They can identify with that person, why they would want to select somebody like that.
Because they're a peer.
It's up in the air. So when I think about that, like, who would represent me? Because you had 7 on there. So I Googled how many jurors make up a jury, and I got 12.
It does depend on like jurisdiction, like states and counties.
Right, that sounded weird because 12 is an even number. How the fuck is that?
12 angry men.
Right, but how?
But that's just for big. That's just for big. Isn't that just for murder trials?
Typically, it's for big
federal.
Yeah, like civil will rarely have anything larger than 7. Sometimes they do 9. But
like Judge Doody or something.
Yeah.
You don't need no jury.
But the thing is, with civil ones though, you can go home, like after 5 o'clock or whatever. Like you can go home.
Well, yeah, because everybody in the building's knocking off.
Well, it's because with like if you got picked like the Casey Anthony trial, for instance, they sequester you in a hotel and you can't go home.
Yeah,
but with civil ones, and they tell you so can't talk about the case and blah blah blah. But
well, then I thought, okay, a jury of my peers, and then I got a little silly with it. So see if you can catch the pattern here.
Yeah, you would want as your jurors.
These are my jurors. I'm on trial. This is who they picked. We have Pauly Shore, We have Zach Braff. We have Adrian Brody. Are we seeing the pattern yet?
I am.
Is anybody I've ever been told I remind somebody
Right.
of, basically.
Okay.
We have
Big nose.
Frank Zappa.
Wow.
We have
Carrots.
John Turturro. You know who that is?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look him up. Yeah, if you look that up, yeah, the wonky face and everything. When I was younger, maybe Shia LaBeouf. Someone told me that once. Daniel Radcliffe when Harry Potter first came out. I got that.
Yeah. Hello.
Damn.
Someone's mad upstairs. Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
Borat.
Okay.
Very nice. Wait till the stash comes back in. It's coming.
It'll be very nice.
This one I don't blame you if you don't know it. Rocco Baldelli. He was an outfielder for the Rays when I was in high school, and he was just plagued with a bunch of injuries, and I think he had a condition as well that kept him out of the league. But Google that, and yeah, it kind of looks like me. And these were some weird ones that I got from a couple of girls.
Is Inspector
One.
Gadget on there?
All right, I was waiting. I knew you would say that too. And no, he's not.
So I'm the only one who thinks you look like that.
I think it looks like that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I'm just saying.
Court is adjourned. Tyler looks like Inspector Gadget.
There you go. I also got, and this was from one chick. She thought I reminded her of Travis Barker. I don't know if it's my skinny face, but this fucking honker right here, I ain't got
You
tattoos
do not look like
that.
Travis
Thank
Barker
you.
whatsoever.
Thank you. She's fucking mental. I told her she needs to get her eyes checked. Someone else that needs to get her eyes checked. Lexi. She thought that and god damn it, he's in the news. To her, I resembled Adam Levine. Now that is insulting.
I mean, I could see it.
That is insult. Did you see what he was
He's been cheating.
yeah, on his pregnant wife.
Yeah.
He's always been a fucking douchebag. His tattoos make him look like a to-go bag from Chipotle. He's got California over his belly button like he's a
he
fucking
hit that celebrity
California.
status to where he could do whatever the fuck he wants, whatever.
Yeah, I decided to substitute him for a dead guy, Bon Scott, the original singer of AC/DC. Thank you very much, and a young Snoop Dogg, or White Snoop, if I can put it that way.
I get your facial
No.
structure. I could see
No.
it.
No.
We'll have to pull up some pictures.
No.
Don't worry.
Facial structure.
Yeah, I wish you could be my lawyer, though. It'd be great. It'd be like my cousin Vinny.
No, objection.
I
Get
wouldn't
the
even need
fuck
to hear
out.
anything. Guilty. Let's fucking wrap it up.
He'd be
Let's
like,
go.
the way he talks, though, he'd be like Ricky off Trailer Park Boys, and talking to the judge, he'd be like, "Listen, Your Majesty, you know."
Actually, speaking of
You should
that,
have me as your fucking lawyer. That's really what
Yeah,
it should be.
but you know what?
fucking-
I got to go back to swearing on the Bible because all right, let's think about that for a minute. I am on trial here. So they're going to swear to be put under oath to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me, imaginary best friend, to me. Because I've already stated it on this show. I don't believe in that shit. You could put a stack of Playboys. You're going to get the same results. Why am I swearing on that? And people that, like you said, people that do fucking lie anyway.
Can you refuse?
So
Can you refuse that?
I feel like it'd be mistrial. If
you
that
can
happened.
I believe you can swear on a different religious text, but it has to.
It has to be a religious text.
Yeah.
What about separation of church and state, motherfuckers? Like, what are you doing?
There is no
Does any of this
separation.
make sense? Exactly. Well, there
Just
is.
like- just-
when I had
no,
to do
just like
probation.
when you get married.
No, when I had to do probation, you can volunteer at churches, you can volunteer at synagogues and
No, of course
Christian
you
centers.
can.
Guess what? You're not allowed to. Because of that pissed Dad off. Because our father's a strong Catholic. So, which other people go, how'd you end up that way? I was like, well, I was raised Catholic. And they're like,
I think we brought it up on the atheist.
yeah, it might have been part 2 that was less reviewed. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you might as well just pull out a comic book and be like, yeah, I'll swear on that, sure, whatever.
But and I see, and I'm sure, but like I said, I see a lot of people in politics, media, big time doctors like Fauci.
I was just, when
like
you said
Fau-
doctors, I already knew.
like Fauci, for
I
instance.
already knew.
Everyone lies under oath, and so
What's
you
the
know,
point of being like,
it's just to me, it's just like a big fucking game, and it's a sham.
It is.
And especially when you know that the lawyers are gonna have lunch together, they all are fucking friends together. They don't really care what the fuck happens. And we have seen time and time again judges actually be biased.
I mean,
And,
everybody's biased.
So
Hey,
it's
that's
just like,
human.
so
Like,
it's
that's
just,
just
I know, but it's
human.
just like, this facade of like,
how it's fair and everything. It's like Fox News, fair and balanced, my ass. Same thing with the fucking, the scales of justice.
Yeah.
That's why she's fucking blindfolded.
Right. So, I don't know. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Oh, I feel you like that. I could rub you the right way if you wanted to. Or you could represent yourself. Remember Law Abiding Citizen, that movie I showed you? Gerard Butler from 300?
Yeah, but...
And Jamie Foxx, and he represents himself in the courtroom and spits out a couple of just like, old things that he can reference to, and the judge is like, well, I'm inclined to agree with him, and he's like, look at you. Apparently I just killed 2 people, and you're about to let me go. I throw out a couple of old references, and you jump on it like a bitch in here, and he fucking goes like, that was awful.
That was it, yeah.
This is the courthouse!
Did you go to school, or didn't you go to school for something similar to this?
Yeah, I went to the Criminal Justice Academy at Pinellas Park High School. So we did like mock trial and stuff, but for volunteer hours for your scholarship, which I got when I was going to college, which I talked about in the college episode, you had to do volunteer hours. And through that program, they introduced us to teen court, which was, as you were saying about earlier, you have to have a jury of your peers. If you're a teenager,
They're all the same age.
Or you're in high school is the actual rule.
Age-ish, yeah.
We had a kid who was 21. He had gotten held back like 3 times. He's
already driving, smoking, drinking.
I swear to God, I thought he was. I swear they said he was a junior too. I can remember.
Awesome.
So he was a 21-year-old junior. But
hey, he's still in there. So you know what? Good on you, kid. At least you're still there.
When you do something, they give you the option of either going to teen court or going to actual court. If you go to teen court, you get community service hours, and it's stricken off your record once it's done. Even if you get...
Oh, wait, so this is actually, like, legit, like, you've been arrested?
These kids got arrested. If you go to teen court...
I never got that treatment when I...
If you go to teen court, it's an admission of guilt.
Teen court? Oh, yeah, I did no contest.
So
you got me.
It's an admission of guilt, so you say, like, yes, you did it, so you're judging their character, and then you're picking their punishment.
Dumb kids, never say yes. Never say yes. I was 17 and I didn't say yes.
Well, then that's not really like a court because they already admitted they're guilty and you're just kind of determining what kind of punishment
it's
they're
more
getting.
of a scare tactic than anything.
Right. You don't want.
They want them to experience court because some kids don't give a shit when they're in there.
Straight
some kids don't show up. They get sent to actual court, and you get everything from like possession to carjacking to battery, like very little like just like he was poking him in class, and the kid, like the parents, like made a whole deal about it, and it was legitimate battery. The kid didn't want to get touched, so he got sent to court. That was one of the cases.
You should be allowed to fucking slap the shit out of people like that.
But
battery.
He could, but he gets
really
you should be able to hit them with batteries, and I mean D-cell.
So you get
we
some
used to
kids
do that back in middle school.
Fucking chuck one in their face.
Yep.
Cut the top off with bolt cutters and just fucking sling that shit in
up
their
north,
eye.
you put that shit in a snowball and chuck it at
somebody. Oh my god! Put a rock in there. But you get a bunch of weird cases like that.
Pennsylvania payback.
Mm-hmm.
The craziest one I ever got was a 15-year-old kid.
Wait, was there an actual judge there? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yes.
So there was like a legit
it's a judge, and there are lawyers.
It wasn't Amanda Bynes.
It wasn't
the
the PE coach that put on a robe and pretended to be.
I mean, sometimes it was less official, but sometimes they'd have the whole thing. Like, and you have to address them by your honor. Some kid did say
the whistle's still out.
Oh, sorry.
This kid was
like chewing his gum.
This kid was like 14, and he said, "Your Majesty."
Said, "Your Majesty, yes."
He's like, "Your Majesty," and everyone kind of snickered.
Hell yeah, that's like calling the teacher mom.
Right.
Great.
But yeah, this kid was. There's a lawyer. There's a lawyer that took it way too seriously as well. Like we were saying stuff because you're trying to judge their character.
And
so if we brought up something that wasn't in relation to objection, that had nothing to do with this trial. And it's like they're already admitted they're guilty. Like we were all staring at them, and even our teachers were like looking over, like, what is going on? It was so weird.
He's in the parking lot just powdering his nose. Go in there and show those kids what's up, baby.
He brings in a fucking roll-on suitcase and he's got fucking paper files and shit like that. He's got a laptop.
At the end of it, he's throwing chairs.
He's got witnesses.
I'm out of order. You're out of order. This whole court's out of order.
He has expert witnesses come in, and
it was so. He was like, and it was just odd. But there was this one time, this kid was 15 years old, and the judge gives us the story first. So the kid is sitting there while the judge is reading the criminal report. Mm-hmm. And then the kid gives his interpretation of it. And the difference was about 3 pages.
Telephone.
Yeah, it was like 3 pages to one sentence. No. So the 3 pages consisted of this 15-year-old stole his dad's car, drove to Michigan
From Florida.
drove to Michigan.
All right, did he crash?
This kid's awesome. I like it.
Didn't have a learner's permit, whatever.
I like his style. He wanted to do hood rat shit with his friends.
To meet and hang out with, who he successfully picked up, a 21-year-old prostitute he met on Snapchat.
Nice.
Now it's getting weird.
No.
When
Hell
prostitute came in.
And then they went to buy weed, and then that's when he got arrested.
Hell yeah.
And he was like, his whole thing.
Hell yeah.
His explanation of the
15.
story, when it was, he was 15 years old,
Did he
21-year-old
bang the-
21-year-old
did he bang the
prostitute.
21-year-old?
Yes.
Pedophile!
It's worth it.
And
For him.
his explanation was, I just kind of wanted to take the car out, and she seemed nice.
I'm sure she did.
That was the. I just wanted
was
to
it
take the
for
car out,
15
and
bucks?
she seemed nice. No, it was not. I'm assuming because we just had
He's
so many
30. He
questions.
had to do 3 days of jury duty and was like, I'm going to Michigan.
He was really like. He seemed so innocent. It was very weird.
What the fuck's up with the Midwest?
Because
by
he
the
was,
way?
I don't know, man. He
Ugh.
went to Michigan and got his dick wet. So props to
Like,
him.
Good for you for skipping Ohio, because you would have came back with something.
Yeah.
Just like,
Would have came back with a crazy bitch. Anyway.
No, you wouldn't have come back with the.
But,
You would-
like, for me, like, again, I think they need to change maybe, like, the... Okay, like, match inflation. Like, $15 isn't gonna do anything, like, for a juror.
you have no choice.
because it should all, yeah.
Right? You're lawfully obligated at that point.
It should
I know,
be
it's
an
like, fuck.
incentive.
It should. I agree. I can agree with that.
Or maybe wherever you work. And I don't know if our company does.
It does.
If it
When I was in
matched it.
management,
Wait, so-
you could. There was a schedule, a time off, and you can
For
enter
jury duty.
Jury duty.
But
is
do
an
they
option.
pay you?
I have no idea.
That's
I
what
never had to use
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
I'm assuming for full, I mean, they might
I
just
think
use
it's
their
an
vacation
FMLA.
days or
I
something.
think it's an FMLA situation.
I wouldn't feel as bad for, like, I wouldn't mind being a juror if I knew, okay, I still can get paid if I was picked as a juror, like, from my job. But, like, especially now with people living paycheck to paycheck, there was a
Missing
couple,
work.
there was a couple people that owned their own businesses and they only had one worker with them. Like, there was a couple construction guys. They can't fucking...
Like if you're out for a week or 2
They
weeks,
can't
3
fucking
weeks.
just chill and be a juror for, I mean...
Thanks for supporting small businesses.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's another
it's-
reason I don't want to vote is because if you don't vote, you don't get picked for jury duty if you're not registered. I don't want to vote for a lot of reasons,
It's meaningless.
but that's one of them.
Later. Don't get mad at
That'd
me
be
yet.
a great episode.
I get it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, still, I don't know.
Like, I would like to be a juror. I would only be a juror because the judge is going to get mad. The judge is going to go, order. And like, I feel like, and I know that sometimes, like, and it's TV, don't get me wrong, I never, the murmuring and stuff. I wish we could be like if a lawyer makes a good point, be like, dang, be like, whoa,
Yeah, like-
I wish we could.
Like it was
like, hey,
a sporting
order.
event.
They're gonna get mad
you
at
got
you.
the clappers.
They're gonna hold me in contempt and be like, yeah, you and everybody else I've ever met in my fucking life.
Yeah.
Why do they call it a stand if you sit down? There are many things in this system that piss me off, that don't make sense.
That's a good one.
I like the stenographer
That's a good
though.
one.
I like the stenographer.
I like
because
that-
I had to give a deposition for our company. Actually,
Oh,
during
yeah,
COVID.
yeah, I remember that.
During
Yeah.
COVID in 2020. And the lawyer that, was speaking with me, they start off really nice and everything like that. There is a stenographer in the room that types everything down.
What's the person that sketches?
Courtroom reporter or artist?
No,
I don't
probably
know.
artist.
Well, because
Like when you can't televise a trial.
right.
Like we couldn't see Ms. Maxwell, but we could see Rittenhouse go
Yeah.
all day.
Exactly.
Still, fuck that kid though. Sorry. Fuck that kid.
Hater.
I hate her. Shit got real and he fucking crapped his pants.
Speaking
No
of
balls, dog.
Speaking
Okay.
of court, anyone got some closing remarks for today's show?
I don't know.
I'm glad I haven't gone back.
If I get fucking
Back.
picked again, dude, I'm literally gonna lose my shit. Cause
Can I come with you?
The moral
I
of
will
the story.
take the day off.
Just don't
what,
vote.
What, you can't. What are you gonna do? You can't come with me.
Just don't vote.
I can walk in the courthouse.
No, you can't.
Sure I can.
Well, you can, but
That's
like
what I mean. I
you
can't go in the
follow
room
me
with
in
you,
the
but I can go
courtroom.
in the
So,
courthouse.
like, what the fuck's the point?
No, I can just hang out and look at the humanity in there, like you said.
There was only
I like
maybe
people watching.
maybe 2 hot bitches.
I'm
and
not
then
looking
everything
for that.
else
I'm
was-
looking for just raggedy, like awful things that you wish
There
you
was a
didn't
couple
see.
homeless
There's a
people
lot
there.
of that. It's great.
Might as well just watch Judge Judy.
Court is adjourned. Bring in the dancing lobsters.